Yo, what's going on everybody? Hope everybody is doing well. Today we're going to be taking my Sevagoth build through the Steel Path Ascension mission. Operation Belly of the Beast is here. So now is the time to farm up this mission so you can collect some volatile motes and buy yourself some arcanes, maybe some drip, or anything else that Ordis has to offer. This mission type in particular is where I used to test out a lot of damage with Sevagoth when I first got him. So I'm fairly confident that this build is going to absolutely destroy this mission type still. Sevagoth can nuke a lot of enemies easily, especially when you have a decent amount of range on him. And the way we nuke enemies is by using the Reap combo. On top of that, thanks to the Shadow Haze augment mod, any enemies we hit with the Reap ability give us increased crit chance against those enemies, and after my ability strength mod setup, we get 114% crit chance. And again, pairing that with the SOUL ability is what helps us nuke, especially when you have the Dark Propagation augment mod. This augment mod straight up spreads the SOUL ability whenever you kill an enemy that's already affected by SOUL. We will be taking a lot of shield damage, but thanks to Reef Respite, we're going to be getting our shields back quite easily. All I have to do is use my abilities, and because I have the Nourish Helmet ability, I'm going to be getting a lot of energy back, which means I can spam my abilities and then get shields in the process. Besides the mod setup, I got 5 Archon shards in my Sevagoth, 2 red ones for extra ability strength, 2 yellow ones for extra effectiveness on energy orbs, and then I got a blue tile forged for extra shield capacity. To be fair, the weapons you bring with Sevagoth are completely optional. These are just the ones I like to bring. The Exodia Contagion Zal is my favorite weapon, so that melee weapon's going to stay with me at all times, but the Kuva Nukor is just an amazing weapon I'd recommend to anybody anyway, especially a build like this where I have 191% status chance. On top of the damage we're going to be doing with Sevagoth's abilities, we can easily cook enemies with this Kuva Nukor. I can already apply 4 status effects with this weapon by itself, so the moment I activate Nourish, I get Viral on this weapon for that 5th status effect. And then I got the Tenet Glaxion with a cold build. This weapon is mainly so I can make energy orbs thanks to the Photon Overcharge mod. So at the end of the day, this weapon can be quite useful. But again, I feel like the weapons you bring with Sevagoth are really optional. I do highly recommend bringing the Zanuric Operator School though, because the energy recovery you get on this class is insane. With all that being said, let's go ahead and load up the mission on Steel Path. Considering this build has cooked when I've used Sevagoth in this mission in the past, I'm expecting the exact same thing now. Sevagoth is an absolute demon after all, and when you build him right, he can nuke entire rooms. Here we go, Reap, and then Reap again, and yeah, every enemy in our way dies. That's pretty much the build, guys. Thanks for watching. But no, seriously, you can absolutely shred with Sevagoth, and when you pair him with these weapons in particular, he just gets even better in my opinion. Again, because we do have a low amount of shields and a low amount of health, we gotta cook the enemies before they cook us. But again, that's not even the most difficult, as long as you can be accurate and have enough energy to get the job done. Why is this nigga still talking? When the fuck are we gonna fight Parvos Granum already? I need that fight to happen. Anyways, we're already done with the first part. We're moving on to the second part now. Gotta actually bring the capsule to extraction, and we gotta charge it with these ionic charges. And again, as long as we have enough energy to get the job done, Sevagoth will be just fine. What the fuck was that? I didn't realize the ionic charge would just fly through the capsule before the mission starts. That's pretty hilarious. Oh, we have died, it seems. Those turrets will fuck you up if you're not careful, man. But thankfully, Sevagoth's passive allows him to die, and he can manage to revive himself somewhat easily. I mean, you do gotta get lucky and have enough enemies you can actually consume with his second ability. But nonetheless, when you have enough, there you go, you revive yourself, no problem. But of course, while I'm in this mission type, I gotta activate some of the sister beacons so we can fight the Sisters of Parvos at the end. We want to have the real difficult boss fight, and the best way to do that is to get these sister beacons. And from here, ladies and gentlemen, the plan is quite simple. Make sure I have enough energy to stay alive, and I can keep my shields activated with Brief Respite at all times. Then I just use my abilities to absolutely cook everybody around me. This is one of the reasons Sevagoth is one of my favorite Warframes in the game, because he just is so good at what he does. Elevator has stopped, so that means I'm gonna go back down here and collect these ionic charges and bring them back up so we can keep the elevator moving. I'm just gonna bullet jump and Kobe! Nice, we hit it. Use my abilities to stay alive. We gotta spam them sometimes because, as you saw right there, my shields can be really low. This isn't necessarily a shield gating build with Sevagoth, so again, I gotta be as careful as possible. And in situations like this, I typically like to use a squad energy restore just so I can get as much energy back as possible, but as you see, sometimes it's still not enough. And again, we still have to find a good amount of enemies within a certain time frame so we can revive ourselves, because if we don't, we are cooked, like so. But at the end of the day, this is Warframe. I can revive myself any amount of times I fucking want. Even though it's literally only 6 times, but regardless, I can still revive myself. And to be honest with you, I could probably mod this build in a way to where I wouldn't die at all. Or maybe if I was just a little bit more on top of my game, I wouldn't die at all. But I'm not even tripping over it, to be honest with you. I just kind of want to fight the Sisters of Parvos with this build. because I already know I'm going to destroy her when I get that damage vulnerability off. I'm pretty sure with the current elevator power we have, we're going to get to the top no problem. So I'm just going to go up here before the Sisters of Parvos spawns, get some nice energy recovery going, and clear out some of these enemies that are up here. As long as they get hit by the Sow and Reap combo, we're going to take 50% of their health easily. Damn, I mean, like, look at that. And with one more Ionic charge, we can make the Sisters of Parvos spawn. Oh, there we go. Wow. That was actually way faster than I thought, to be honest. So here's where I'm going to be spamming Reap and Sow, and it seems it was still not enough, so now I got to revive myself again. But thankfully there are a lot of enemies up here that I can easily one-shot with Consume. However, you can't one-shot Xmas units, you do have to actually one-shot these regular enemies. But at the end of the day, if that's all you got to do for staying alive, I mean, I'd take that any day. We got Gloom active real quick so we get any health back and so we can slow the enemies we're facing. I'm going to destroy the Sisters of Parvos real quick. As you can see, we're cooking the Sisters of Parvos with the Kuvanukor. All I got to do is hit Reap, Sow, and then Reap again, and yeah, she's dead just like that. Maybe I should have Gloom active more, because with Gloom active, not only do I get that health back when I do damage, but we can also slow down these enemies easily. The only problem with Gloom is that, of course, it takes up a lot of energy. But when you can get energy back at a consistent rate, it shouldn't matter. Look at that, dude. Holy shit, that was beautiful. And even when the enemies like that guy don't die, we still got the Kuvanukor to follow up with. First ability, there we go, destruction. Everybody in front of us is just dead. And what about these guys in the back? Yup, cooked. Hit him with the 1, hit him with the 2, and then hit him with the 1 again, and they all died just like that. And again, thanks to Gloom being active, these guys can't even approach the fucking capsule, so we could just run up on them like that and cook them anytime we want. And again, as long as we have the means to keep getting energy back consistently, we can destroy every enemy we face. Like, look at these guys. I didn't even look at half of them, and already half of them are gone. That's beautiful. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. Once again, I'm sure there are better Sevagoth builds out there at the end of the day, and even though I did die a couple of times in this video, I'm sure you guys still get the point with this build. As long as you're hitting your shots and you're getting that Reap Sow combo off, you can easily cook in a mission type like this. And whenever Gloom's active, you can stay alive a lot longer, and then on top of all that, having the Norse helmet ability for that energy recovery is sick. Let me know what you guys think of the Sevagoth build down in the comments. Before this video ends, real quick, just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all the support on the channel. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Keep your head up, stay positive, and with that being said, thanks for watching.